Hello everyone and welcome back to Democracy 4. Well, last time we turned America into a socialist utopia with everything going great, everyone loving us, absolutely storming the election, just with a small problem that the GDP is in the toilet. So we destroyed the economy, but otherwise everything's okay. So we do have an issue. Fake news is probably going to start kicking in soon, largely thanks to the media monopoly and poor education. Have got rid of environmental protesters. Mostly the environment's doing okay because there isn't any industry pumping out any harmful gases. So I think you can say that might be a success. So we do have emergency powers, which means we're getting a huge amount of extra political capital, and we're getting that because we currently have a debt crisis. Government debt is absolutely huge, and that's really hurting things. We've got an uncompetitive economy, corporate exodus, media monopoly, as we mentioned, a skills shortage, which should actually be going away very, very soon. Tax evasion kicked in. We do still have respiratory disease, but that is slowly getting better. So, what do we need to do in this next term? Well, certainly we're definitely popular, but we're probably going to need to try and do something about the economy, but we definitely don't want to abandon our socialist roots. So we'll see if we can ease a few things and hopefully start the economy rolling again. So one thing I'm going to do is slightly ease off on the police force. We pushed it way up to completely tackle crime. I think we've really done away with crime, so let's just tick some of these back a little bit. Not too much. Still want to have a good police force, but we can at least start saving a little bit. We can also boost up speed cameras a bit while I'm looking at things in that area. It'll cost us a little bit more, but we get way more in income, and does actually boost health a little bit. I'm going to cancel tasers. It's just costing us some money. We can do without that. Okay, so people are a little bit less trusting, so I have cut money to the police force. But should still be fine. We've got no crime. Credit rating was downgraded again, but we have got rid of skill shortage. Brain drain is about to kick in. Yeah, so I'm going to implement a graduate tax. We're paying for colleges, so let's get back some of the money that we're paying from the people who do graduate. Socialists don't love it. That should pay for quite a lot of things. So university is free. We have very generous grants, but then you pay that back afterwards. And since our economy's in the toilet, I'm just going to go full in on tourism. We've got a decent environment, so let's make the most of that and get as much tourist business as we can. So equally, you can chuck in diplomatic services, boost foreign relations. Major donor wants new car subsidies. That's fair enough. We'll throw them in. Makes motorists happy, lowers respiratory disease. It's not too expensive. Does boost electric car transition. Okay, a foreign diplomat has killed someone in a car crash and fled the country. Brain drain has kicked in. We have started to level it off, but not ideal. We do now have an egalitarian society, making everyone happy. We just have a huge amount of equality. Fake news has kicked in, but is already on the way down. Got a very tiny deficit. Just need to do something to tweak that over the edge. Well, the rich are already leaving, so let's just make sure we've got as much of their money as possible. Empty homes tax, and we'll need to save up for the mansion tax. Let's put in a small recreational drugs tax as well. Just trying to get as much money as we possibly can without our GDP being good in any way. Okay, so do we allow single adoption, single parents to adopt? I'm going to say yes. We go even more equality. Conservatives hate us, but they hated us anyway. Going to go and legalize all drugs, really pushing the tourist angle. I'm just going to push junk food tax, help improve people's health, and bring in a little bit extra money. Okay, crime is ticking up. We'll have to look at that. Okay, so do we let a foreign firm improve our IT infrastructure? I'm going to say yes. Mostly because we need whatever we can to improve our economy. Alright, and let's legalize sex work as well. Religious and conservatives hate it, of course they do. Does boost tourism and gender equality a little bit, and will hopefully improve the GDP a smidge. I'm just going to lower child benefit by a bit, save us quite a bit of money, doesn't make a huge difference. GDP actually exists now. That's useful. Unfortunately, another factory is closed. Cyberbullying might kick in soon. But we do now have a surplus. Okay, and just to follow up on the rich leaving anyway, let's throw in a mansion tax. Gets us another big chunk of money, which we can start spending on some useful things. Right, so cyberbullying was about to kick in, so I'm just going to put in a cyberbullying awareness campaign. Nice and cheap, and will help us a fair bit. And I also want to tackle fake news and media monopoly by putting the money we're getting in with the tax into state broadcaster. Hey, very nice. GDP is rising once more. Unemployment is on its way down. We now have a technological advantage. Drug addiction's going to kick in soon, not too surprising. We are getting 99% of the vote. Okay, so whether we have surgical strikes on terrorists that are attacking our fuel, I'm going to send them in. Patriots are happy. Gets me some strong leader opinion. Brain drain is rapidly starting to reverse, which is very nice, as is corporate exodus, and uncompetitive economies on its way down. So I think we're going to implement a very important policy. It's clear that we are the only ones who know how to run this country. Our massive popularity is assuring us of that. So let's increase our executive term limit. There's no reason that we would have to give up control of the country when we're doing so well for everyone, clearly. Drug addiction is going up, so I'm going to implement a needle exchange program. Fantastic. Our credit rating has been upgraded. GDP and unemployment are going the right direction. Does look like we're running towards a rare earth metal crisis, so we'll see if we can fix that. Alright, the environmentalists won't like it, but I'm going to implement rare earth metal mining. Increases productivity, technology, and will hopefully avoid that big negative event on the horizon. Equally, to avoid the drug issues, I'm going to put in a drug treatment scheme. Just trying to head off some of these disasters before they happen. Okay, unfortunately, drug addiction has kicked in. Didn't do enough. We have legalized all drugs, so it's not too surprising. Emergency powers have been taken away, but we have got out of our debt crisis. Fortunately, there was a school shooting. It's not great, or rather, it's absolutely bloody awful. Everything else is certainly going pretty well. Okay, still wanting to head off the issues of rare earth prices getting too expensive. I'm going to put in Green Electronics Initiative. I'm going to give more funding to the community policing, help bring down drug addiction. Oh, we just didn't manage to stop the rare earth crisis ticking in. Hospital overcrowding's probably going to kick in, but we have got the credit rating upgraded again. Right, unfortunately, we are going to have to pull back some of our narcotics back to where it was before that really starts to hit too many other things. And to avoid hospital overcrowding, I am just going to spend a little bit more money on our state health service. Yeah, so lost some trustworthiness because we reversed on the policy. Have got rid of fake news. So popular internet streamer asking to sing for our birthday? Yeah, let's go ahead. Okay, parents and conservatives don't like it. Youth love it. I would like to keep up our technological advantage. It's the only thing we've really got going, so I'm going to put loads of money into our space program. Nice. So, private space industry is now kicked in. Credit rating has been upgraded yet again. Internet crime is starting to become a problem. Okay, unfortunately, we have apparently left a trade agreement, and that has hurt our GDP. Drug addiction is starting to come down. I'm going to put in some cryptocurrency taxation. Not a huge amount, just to earn a little bit that we can spend on various anti-cybercrime issues. I'm also just going to throw in reforestation, help bring down respiratory disease. LGBT lessons in schools. Yep, let's support LGBT teaching. Getting the liberals on our side. Going to increase our competition law a little bit just to try and get rid of the media monopoly. I also want to put this in, the International Fusion Research Project. Environmentalists don't like it, but it does increase a lot of very nice things, including energy efficiency. Cost a fair bit, but I think that's going to be worth it. Credit rating upgrade again. GDP is nicely increasing. Got campaign speeches, but we're currently forecasted to get 100% of the vote, so I don't think that's really worth it. Got maximum strong leader. Not overly trustworthy because we've been bouncing back and forth, and compassionate is in the middle. I don't think we really need to worry about the election. I think we're pretty much guaranteed to get it. Just realised we've been spending $2 billion a month on religious schools. We can just scrap that. Let's just chuck even more money into our education. Unfortunately, a tourist was killed in an animal attack. That's not great. Internet crime is still threatening to be a problem. Oh, we've got money now, so we can put it back into the police force. I'm just going to put in a small amount of internet censorship just to help tackle the crimes that were threatening to be there. It's just very, very small amount. Yeah, so another trustworthiness issue. I keep undoing things, but they're just some temporary rules that I put in place. I'm going to allow facial recognition. I don't think we need to make any manifesto promises. We're going to win the election no matter what. Almost got rid of media monopoly, so that's really good. Rare earth crisis is almost gone. Drug addiction is almost gone. And put more funding into our new car subsidies. Throw in adult education subsidies. Try and boost our overall education levels. Increase funding of recycling. Right, and we've got our next election, so let's see how we do. So the other parties really shouldn't have bothered turning up. Yeah, we're a little bit popular. There are no wealthy people. Alright, so over our time, we have destroyed high earnings. As I said, there are no wealthy people. Massively increased lifespan. Crime and CO2 emissions gone down. Our efforts of tourism have really worked out, though. It's very nice. Health and equality have both improved. The environment's actually getting better. GDP is still weaker than when we took over, but business confidence and productivity are on the up. Okay, so we are full over onto Socialist. We're hugging the Socialist border here. We've just been bobbing up and down, tending towards Liberal, but we've bobbed back a little bit. I don't think there's any need to shuffle our cabinet. They all know what they're doing and they're all fanatically loyal. Got rid of drug addiction. And yeah, let's implement the Freedom of Information Act. So health is now fantastic. GDP's on the way up. Getting 200 billion in surplus each quarter. So the debt is nicely coming down. Almost got rid of respiratory disease. Rare earth crisis is almost gone, leveling out. Might need to do something to push that over the edge. Media monopoly should go away soon. So yeah, looking very, very good. We managed to save the economy and have really turned things around. We are still an absolute socialist state, all about maximum taxes, especially on the rich, and then huge amounts of public spending, but that seems to actually be working out for us. Oh, if you'd like to see another installment of this one, do just let me know. Happy to continue try and get rid of some of these little red flags that we've got here. Or if you'd like me to try anything else in Democracy 4, do just give me any ideas. Really happy to hear about anything you guys can think about. Anyway, until next time, I hope you all enjoyed that video, and I'll hope to catch you in the next one. Until then, take care of each other, and cheers.